All right, Coach, obviously, tough weekend, but coming back and got a big dub against Stetson. What did you like about your team today?
Well, Wiley Hartley from the start, like we talked about, what is momentum? Momentum in baseball is the next day's starting pitcher, and he went out there and controlled the game from pitch one. In and out with the fastball, use of multiple secondary pitches, a big pickoff in a big spot to get us kind of going, because the first 9 outs of the game were not something we're very proud of, but because Wiley pitched that way, it allowed us to get into the game, and we came out on top.
Just talking more about that decision to pitch Wiley. I know this was his first start of his career. I know he said he kind of did it in the fall and stuff, so he was kind of ready for it. But maybe is that a precursor to making some moves this weekend too?
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll probably see Boxrucker start a game. Wiley was, I mean, we stretched out 6 guys. He very easily could have slid into the rotation. It's just at that time, those other guys were out pitching him, and we needed some length in the bullpen when you're trying to piggyback some guys early in the year, and he provided that, and he earned that start, and he's earned himself another one.
10 hits, 7 straight runs. Just what are your thoughts on the hitting tonight by the team?
Well, after the first time through the lineup, like you saw, it was 10 outs where we made 0 adjustments, and then Brake comes up there and makes a massive adjustment, gets the ball in the air, and so we're beating it into the ground. Lex executes a hit and run, we score the run, and then Ziska gets a ball up and hits it out, and then we were off and running.
How are you feeling with your team after taking that win after last weekend with the tough loss?
Yeah, we talked about, like, we had to just get back to being us, playing the type of defense we were pitching, controlling the tempo of the game, creating on offense, and that looked more like us.
Being that was their first, Big 12 series, what are you hoping that they take away from this going into your first Big 12 home series this weekend?
Well, the intensity of the games. Like, that was all felt like playoff caliber games. We had a chance to win one of them. We weren't that far away early in the game in some of those other. We just let it get away and kind of let the emotion of the game kind of dictate how we responded, and we got to do a better job of that.
Danny Neary, we just talked to him. He's a guy who said he's known you since he was 14 years old. You were recruiting him when you were at JU. Just what does he bring to the team? I know he's an experienced guy. He was with you at Notre Dame. What is he providing to this team?
Obviously the experience, the feel for the game. He can execute the offense. Like you saw the home run, but there was a bunt in there. When he's at the plate, I feel like we can call anything because he can handle anything. The way he handles the pitchers, the receiving, like it's an elite receiver back there. And I mean, I recruited him to JU, didn't get him. He went to Georgia Tech, then Notre Dame, and then I'm glad he graduated early so he could come down here and finish here.
This is your first time getting to wear the space uniforms here. What do you think of them?
I like them. They're nice, simple, right? I'm not a white hat guy, but we'll wear it. So, but I just wanted our guys to play that style of baseball that you saw, and whether it was in the blue uniforms or gold uniforms or whatever we had, it was nice.
So what's the outlook for this weekend and the pitching staff? You kind of alluded to a Boxrucker has been so excellent in the midweek. Is he a guy that you're probably going to plug in into one of these games this weekend?
Yeah, we're just trying to figure out how to shuffle the doubleheader on Saturday when you're shorting guys anyway. So we're going to try to figure out what's the best way to give the guys the most rest. I don't think you take Vespi off Friday. He's been too good and he's earned that. He'll just have to do it on one day shorter rest. So we'll figure that out as we get closer to that.
Alec Galvin came out of the game at OU. It looked like maybe it was an injury. Do you have an update on his status?
Yeah, saw ducked this week. It was better than we thought, so we're optimistic that eventually we'll get him back at some point.
One guy I've been meaning to ask you about is Grant Seagull. I know he has a history as a starting pitcher at Tulane in West Virginia. I know he was kind of a late addition.
Yes.
What's his status?
We tried to get a waiver for him to play, and the NCAA didn't approve the waiver, so he won't pitch till next year.
Okay, so he's redshirting. And can help you guys out next year.
Yes, and we need that. We'll lose some of these guys, and he's learning the system as it is right now, and he'll be ready to pitch next year.
Big series, home series this weekend against Oklahoma State. What do you know about those guys, and how much are you looking forward to the first home Big 12 series?
Oh, of course. Playing this place, the first game in the Big 12 Conference, I think this place is going to be electric. Haven't really dived into them too much yet just because we had the Stetson game. Just a little bit, watch them play Oklahoma. Like, they're physical, typical Big 12 team. Like, they're going to be very talented. We're going to have to play our best to beat them.
I know you lost a couple games, or you had a couple games canceled early on with the weather. Is there any progress on where you're going to try to maybe plug in some new
We're
games?
trying. We're just trying to make it fit with our travel and stuff. Just with the travel and conference, I got to be fair to the guys too. I know we want to play the game, but it's got to be in the right situation.
Yes. Okay. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
See you this weekend.